The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey
as we explore
Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey everyone, it's Deb. Welcome back to Garthology. So if you've been listening lately, you know we've been spending a lot of time talking about the music videos included in Garth's Ultimate Hits DVD in the Blame It All on My Roots box set. And as I was prepping for those episodes, I just kept thinking, there are some absolutely incredible Garth Brooks songs that never got a music video at all. No, cinematic production, no storyline treatment, no dramatic CMT premiere. And it seems to me that some of those songs were practically written for a screen. So today, this is just a quick solo episode where I'm going to talk about 3 songs that never got Garth music videos, and then I'm going to imagine what those videos could have looked like. So here we go. We're starting with the song that was literally top of my list. It was the first song that came to my head when I thought about Garth songs that didn't have a music video and deserved one. That song is Ireland. Ireland was written by Garth Brooks, Stephanie Davis, and Jenny Yates. I mean, come on. This song is already cinematic. It would have been so easy to just lean into the landscape alone on this one. So the lyric, they say Mother Earth is breathing with each wave that finds the shore. I mean, right there, very first lyric, and it's absolutely an opening for a video. I see wide views of waves just crashing against cliffs in Ireland. It's early dawn light. The sun is just starting to rise. And then we get, her soul rises in the evening for to open twilight's door. You cut to twilight over rolling fields of green, that soft sunset glow. I mean, come on, this landscape is screaming for this video. But then the song changes, right? We are 40 against hundreds in someone else's bloody war. So now we're no longer in Ireland. We're on a battlefield. There's fog rolling in. It's coming across a battlefield. Death is waiting for its dance now. Fate has sentenced us to die. So of course you get the close-up of these young men, and they're tired and they're scared, but they're resolved to what they're doing. And when we get to that chorus, Ireland, I am coming home. I can see your rolling fields of green and fences made of stone. So in my head, here is where I see the video splitting. So as he sings about coming home, we see those flashes of Ireland again, the green hills, the stone fences. This is the home that he's fighting for. I am reaching out. Won't you take my hand? For that lyric, I see a hand slowly reaching through the fog, and the hand is cutting between those two scenes, a battlefield and a rolling green countryside. And then, when you get to the end of the song, you hear the battle cry, the charge, and then cut to silence. This song didn't just deserve a video, it deserved an absolutely cinematic short film. I see it all in my head. All right, let's go on to song number 2. My second pick is Alabama Clay. Alabama Clay was written by Larry Cordell and Ronnie Scaife. Now this one, okay. So to me, this song is just pure narrative. We're just going to follow the story along, right? So the first time he saw the ground get busted, he was 10 and it was 1952. So for that opening scene, you get this little boy. He's watching his father plow behind these old gray mules. There's dust in the sunlight. Everything shown in like slow, nostalgic tones. His daddy worked hard from sunup to sundown. As the lyrics talk about how well the family business did, we see his dad working hard. We see the house growing room by room. So you get those like quick cuts over the years. The furnishings get nicer. The little boy grows up. He's working hard on the land next to his dad. And then we get the lyric, so he slipped away one night 'neath the harvest moon. Okay, so this shot changes the whole story, right? It's the young man. He's standing at the edge of his farm, but he's got a suitcase in his hand. We know he's leaving because the city's call pulled him away. Now he's working in a factory. We see factory lights and big machines and steel, and there's noise. Now the video switches kind of back and forth between the two in my head. You get some scenes between the wide open farm fields and a gloomy factory. And when we get to the lyric, and at night he dreams of wide open spaces, fresh dirt between his toes. I see this as like a dream sequence. He's standing in the factory, but then suddenly the dirt replaces the concrete beneath his boots. And he's starting to think about home. He's dreaming about home. Then there's the turning point. We get the lyric, one day a picture came inside a letter of a young girl with a baby in her arms. Close up on the photograph. So he went to raise his family on the farm. The final scene, it's a tractor rolling through the fields of green, those same fields from the opening scenes. And it's the same young man. He's a little bit older, but he's working the field with his dad, who's also a little bit older. And in the distance, we see a young woman holding a toddler near the house. I swear, I see the whole thing in my head so clearly. And I genuinely think this would have been one of those videos I would have just replayed over and over just for the story alone. Okay, now, my third and final song. This is the music video that was never made, that in my head it really should have been, and that is In Lonesome Dove. In Lonesome Dove was written by Garth Brooks and Cynthia Limbaugh. Okay, I'm going to talk about this one like a music video because that's what this topic is. But seriously, this one really should be a mini-series or at least a television movie, right? So the first lyric, she was a girl on a wagon train headed west across the plains. So for the opening shot, I see, of course, a wagon train crossing an open prairie. There's a summer storm rolling in. We start to see rain and chaos and there's wind. But then we see our Texas Ranger. And with the lyric, then she saw him riding through the rain. we get a wide shot of a horse cutting through the storm and a Texas Ranger come to save the day. She loved the man who wore a star. So for that lyric, I see that badge kind of being shown over and over throughout the video in different ways, on his chest or sitting on the dresser, all sorts of different things, because that star, we keep coming back to that star. So I see that badge as being something we see multiple times. So they got married and they had a child. You get soft kind of domestic scenes from their life, a frontier home, a cabin, living by firelight, things set in those days. But times were tough and the West was wild. So this is where I see the mood of the video start to darken. We don't see the Texas Ranger die. However, we see her face when she's told that he won't return. Then we get kind of like a time-lapse effect as her child grows to be a Texas Ranger himself. So again, we see the badge. Then we see bank robbers, a dusty street, and our young Texas Ranger. And next, we hear just a shot ring out. The last shot of the video is the woman's silhouette in an alleyway. We don't see the gun, but we know that she just hid something in a basket she was carrying. I swear, this song is completely shown in my head, and it's a full-on Western movie, right? We get romance, we get lost. This song was built for the screen. So for fans, I think these 3 songs are truly Garth's best deep cuts. If you're not familiar with the term deep album cut, let me explain that real quick. A deep cut is a song on an album that wasn't released as a big radio single. It didn't dominate the charts. It's kind of tucked deeper into a track list. But here's the thing. Deep cuts are where the magic is for most of us fans. That's where we live and breathe as fans. Those are the songs we scream out in housekeeping that we want Garth to play. And I think these 3 songs are the best Garth deep cuts on any of his albums. And to me also, they're such visual songs. They all 3 already tell an entire story. But imagining what they could have been if they were videos, well, for me, that's just part of the fun of being a fan. And I think these songs are so good that maybe in the end they didn't need music videos. Because sometimes the best visuals are the ones we build in our own heads, right? Because think about it. You read a book and then they make a movie out of it and you go see it. And the movie is never as good as the book. And I believe it's because what we built in our head was already so much better than what they could put on the screen. So maybe the same thing is true for these Garth songs. But now I want to know what you think. What Garth song do you think deserved a music video but never got one? Give me some suggestions and maybe I'll do a part 2. Until next time, this is Deb, reminding you that love will always win. Bye, everyone.